Welcome to the Ping Pong Sisterhood. I have a very short intro presentation to set the theme, and then I'll do more talking and guiding you through it. Wait, I gotta change the color. That is not the right pink. There we go. Oxytocin party because the best ideas come from feeling safe. All right. So that was all I wanted to show you. Just a quick little share. And let's do this. So, okay, the original whole method of ping ponging came to me through my prayer that I would help more women get what they wanted and feel empowered and feel safe in the world and that they could remember who they were. And it came to me after working on 22 clients in Paris. And I feel like 22 is Mary Magdalene number. And it was like, oh, I flew back to Vegas and I was like, universe, angels, what can I do? And they sent me the 5 pillars of happiness. So I'm saying that because I think we forget when we ping pong that it's about letting go. So feel in your body right now when I think of like when I in my like when I mentioned that you could let go. Do you contract? Do you feel like like you got to hold on, or do you feel like okay, I can open up? I love letting go. Let me know, like out of 10, what feels like, oh, yeah, of course. I want something. I need something, but I'm going to let it go. I'm going to trust in some higher intelligence that's going to help me. But just even before I said that, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, how do you feel about letting go? Does it feel safe? Does it feel not safe? Does it feel scary? Does it feel like how much do you tight? Are you tight? Like, how much did you contract out of 10? So I guess Sarita, I don't know which question I asked. Did I say how safe do you feel letting go or how much did you contract?
I mean, thanks to you, I've been ping ponging for so long now that I'm like,
Yeah.
I hear that I'm like, yes, let go, 9 out of 10, ready,
Hmm.
whatever it is.
So how easy is it to let go for everybody else? Thanks, Sarita. Yeah.
I think I'm ready to let go. So it's like a 6 for
Perfect.
me.
I love
Um,
it.
yeah.
Cool. Okay. 6 maybe. Awesome. Yeah. So let's see if your numbers go up with leaning into who are we letting go to or what is higher up than us, what's bigger than us, right? So I would recommend that for this conversation and whenever you listen to this, think of something you've been wanting to call in, something you want to manifest that hasn't been easy. Like you just feel kind of stuck, it feels kind of heavy, and you're not able to get a lot of clarity around it, okay? And notice what happens when you bring it up in your mind. There's maybe a lot of thinking, and maybe there's like a whole mosaic of thoughts around the thought. Like there's like an engineering of thinking around the thing. Let me know how it feels around that sort of issue. Yeah. So, yeah, go ahead, Sarita.
Um, so I don't feel direct resistance. It's calling in the new apartment that we're
Yeah.
gonna buy. Um, but it's so new to consciously level up next level and
Yeah.
allow in. So it feels like, but what very like there's discomfort in
Yeah.
the unknowing of like, well, but am I ready? What do I do? Like the resistance not there, but it's
Yeah,
like
there's
so
lots.
new.
Yeah. And you've been ping-ponging on it for so long that the resistance isn't there, but it hasn't shown up either, right? Okay,
Exactly.
mine's making more money and it feels like tight gripping. Yeah, okay, perfect. So it's, I'll give you an analogy that happened to me the other day, and I had been in very, like, I had been wanting control, which to me feels like almost like very restrictive, and I'm more mean to hate and my son. I'm more like direct. I'm more impatient when I want control, right? And then all of a sudden I start to journal and I released wanting control. And I thought of a moment that I did feel calm, centered, and in control. And it's as if I watched him change immediately. So, me no longer feeling out of control, me embodying the energy of calm control cleared up the stuff in my body that was manifesting as him being more out of control. So my resonance was matching his and impacting his because we live in the same house, right? So this is what you see happen a lot when I say ping pong on it, because your energetic blueprint is impacting and changing what's out there. Okay? And you can have outcomes change when you start to lean into, oh, let me let this go, let me let this go, and let me embody the feeling of I have this. Yeah? Does that kind of make sense as an example? So, all right. So what we're going to do next is think about how much do I have faith in this space beyond my thinking. So on a micro level, we think, and we feel like the small bird in the sky. When there's a lot of thinking and how is this going to happen? What if I don't have the money? What if money doesn't come in? What if I don't get the apartment? Like there's a lot of thinking, we feel small. You guys get that? Like, can you resonate with that? So we're like the bird in the sky and we're not feeling expensive, right? We're like, yeah, feeling small. And then on another level, we're the one observing the thinking, and we can be like, I'm not the thinking, I'm the one observing the thinking, which we do in ping ponging. Like we are honest about our thoughts, and we're like, well, I'm thinking it's never going to work. Where's that coming from? Oh, I'm feeling I want safety. Okay, think of a moment when you have safety, and it like transmutes the energy, and boom, you go back, you're bigger. Now you become not only the observer, but you become the blue sky. Who's consciousness, who's just pure consciousness. So just be mindful of that this week or next month when you ping pong. It's like, ooh, I'm in my thinking. Can I be out of my thinking? Who am I when I'm not thinking that? I'm caught up in my thinking. It's low quality thinking and it's making me feel like shit because it's low quality thinking versus, well, what if I wasn't believing that? Or not like literally when you have low quality thinking, don't try to think your way out of thinking. Just don't even ping pong. Like you need to go. So I was explaining this to a client with the scale of consciousness. I was like, when you're down there, go for a walk, do any oxytocin you could do, like go pet a dog, hang out with the kid, go trampolining. Like you can't think your way out of thinking. Does that make sense, guys? Girls, goddesses. Why does the scale of consciousness keeps disappearing from my computer? Like I put it in this spot and then it just disappears. But you all know what I'm talking about. Oh, here it is. So I'll just show you. So because we get into these states all the time, and I'll tell you what to do when you're in the lower states. But when you're below courage, like in any kind of discouragement, blame, worry, doubt, hatred, jealousy, fear, grief, apathy, there's going to be a lot of like, ugh, I'm never going to get out of this. Like they'll never forgive me. Yeah, all of these scenarios playing in our mind, yeah? Frustration, impatience. We don't try to think our way out of thinking, and I wouldn't ping pong down here. This is where you got to go, can I just embrace and absorb this? Can I connect to a source greater than me that is more intelligent than me right now and ask for help? Can I connect to source? Can I connect vertically? This is where I would do more energy clearing. This is where I would call on the angels. I would meditate with angels. I'd clear my aura. I'd go sit by a huge tree and I'd try to not think of anything. And I'd try to plug into source. I would go vertical. Does that make sense? When you're down here, go vertical. And then when you can kind of start to feel more grateful and you can feel the grass underneath your feet and you can start to feel neutral. If you feel neutral, like bored and neutral, you can start to call in things like, oh, what do I want to manifest? What am I visualizing? But down here, you're still creating more of the same reality, like emanating the same thoughts, emanating the same frequency. So I'm going to show you how to get out of that today too. Okay, we'll do some of it. Is it all making sense so far? Like this is where you could do the healing wheel. You could do the fear turnaround. This is where I go to like CODA meetings. This is where I don't try to fix it. Okay. Okay. So
Sometimes when I'm down there, I feel like I'm not taking care of my needs and I'm actually just need to eat lunch or something. So like
exactly.
taking
Yeah.
care of immediate bodily needs, I find too helps me.
Yeah. Like I need a hug. I need to like get out of the head, get out of the thinking. And it's really good to be like, oh, I'm having thoughts that it's never going to work, but it is just a thought. And is it true? Hi, Mahima.
Hi, guys.
Okay. All right. So we are the triangle in the pyramid is important because I think we sometimes I even do that. I go into ping ponging with wanting results and I'm like, let me ping pong on a $50,000 month, right? And it's like, oh, like we're holding on. Ping ponging is like this spiritual prayer. It's a prayer of aligning to something greater, and it's allowing us to not have any wanting or lacking. We're neutral. We're in the middle. We're in the state of acceptance. Does that make sense, ladies? So think of ping ponging as like, oh, it gets me into a neutral state of acceptance where I'm not resisting what is and I'm not lusting it for something else. I'm in this really state of like complete grace. But it's like my soil is organic and I can call things in and align and have that intelligence guide me. Cool. Does that make sense? All right. So yeah, the reason we ping pong is to let go because the natural state of who we are is not thinking. It's just like being, it's flowing, it's go, you know? And it's the space beyond our thinking. It's the space where we're infinitely free. So there's a space that exists where there's a lot of thinking. We observe it. We know it's just us thinking. We become the observer, not the thinker. And then we become the consciousness observing that we're observing thoughts. Yeah? Does that make sense? That's how you can really change the matrix and you can really like leap from the avatar you are now to the next avatar. So I love that Sarita brought that up because I actually was going to talk about that today. And it was all about how do we manifest something that or like our character, who we are today wouldn't really have it. Like Sarita says, well, you know, Sarita manifested her apartment where she lives with a gorgeous view in Berlin. And that made sense for who you were back then, right? Sarita, it was like, okay, who I am, based on who I am, it makes sense that I'll have, like for Mahima or Stephanie, it makes sense that you'll have what you've already had. Like it made sense that maybe Stephanie got engaged and she's getting married or she is married, right? Because it was sort of like it made sense for her current avatar. But to leap and be like, I'm engaged and I'm buying an apartment with my fiance and that feels so next level. How do you manifest something that is like a leap? Because your current avatar, your current archetype wouldn't have that. So it becomes, how do I manifest what's normal for this next person? So for your Sarita 2.0 or whatever 4.0, it would be normal for her. Does that make sense? For it to manifest, it has to feel like it's normal. No problem, Stephanie. Yeah.
And can I share
Yeah.
one thing when you would said before talking about the thoughts being like the bird in the sky, but then if we can be the sky and observe like, oh, those are just thoughts, like let me see what it feels like to be the sky. When we did that just a second going about the apartment, because it's like next level and I don't know what that feels like yet, and like as you're just describing, then as we did as you said that be the sky and not the bird, then right away the thought that came in was like, oh my gosh, if I could already have done all the stuff I've already done. I mean, the thought was like, if I could like manifest my partner that I have now, like then it's going to be like, if that can happen, this is like,
then of course that's happening too.
But like right when you said that, be the sky, bigger than the thought, not the thinking, but bigger than the thinking.
So you're already getting higher quality thinking. So when we don't try to fix the thinking and we go back to just, I just wanted to tattoo that in your mind is, oh, when somebody goes in the group and asks to ping pong, she's asking to let go and realign with the consciousness of being in the sky. She's believing she can't have the thing. She doesn't have it. She wants it, which is why she wants to ping pong on it. Like Jen wants to ping pong on money because there's a feeling of lack. But remember, we're not alone in this universe. Like we are not alone. And there is an intelligence that's always asking to guide you and show you where all the green lights are. All the green lights. So over the last few months, like, or maybe the last year, there were moments where I got away from being the sky and I was back being the little bird, like thinking, 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 and believing the lies of the thoughts. Because most of the time the thinking is not true. You know, our thinking isn't always true. And life in the last few weeks since I've been implementing this thing called the golden key, which we're going to do today, it's like it took ping ponging to like a whole other level where I don't even need to ping pong on it because I did the golden key on it. So I wanted to kind of show you this bypass cellularly, like in your body, but also remind you that when you do ping pong, realize, oh, she's my ping pong sister is, I'm helping her nervous system feel safe to let go around something she wants and needs in her life. But does she really? You know? Does she really? She thinks she needs it, but could you help her go beyond that? Am I making sense? Any questions?
I don't have a question. This is we get to listen to the recording later, right?
Yeah, I'll send you the recording.
Okay, so looking forward to hearing about the golden key. Nice meeting you, new ladies. I gotta jump off. I got a call, but
Okay, babe.
so grateful. Bye. Later.
Bye. And stop me if at any point you're like, Alex, slow down, I'm lost. Okay. All right. So when we believe in this intelligence that is living us and we're being lived by this intelligence, it's always going to guide us if we listen. So you could journal all of your negative beliefs and then wait to hear, like, what would this higher consciousness say if she were to answer, if she were to say, dearest, beautiful child, this is what we believe. Could you lean into this? Could you be willing to change your mind? Could you be willing to see things differently? So Sarita got off the call, but like for her to leap from I'm a single girl living in my own apartment to I'm moving in with my fiance, we're buying, my name is on the apartment we're buying at, I think she's 40 or 38, 40. What are the new thoughts she could really lean into and adopt? Yeah, the new thinking. So I also wanted to do this around a money goal to manifest in your current business. So not like something that feels what you're calling in next. So if I were to say, okay, let me call in a new $20,000 painful client, right? Or 40,000, well, you have to make it a little bit of a stretch. Something that's a little bit of a stretch. And I know Stephanie's working on selling higher end packages. And if right now your thinking is like, no way, I cannot quote someone on the phone that I sell a 3 months for 3,000 or what makes sense is that they stay with me for a year and that it's 20,000. Like if it doesn't make any sense, or you could lean into it anyway to do this today, right? I'm going to try to help you with it, with the golden key. Okay. So we let go and we ping pong to call in. It's like a prayer. Help me, show me, and give me higher quality thinking. Help me think thoughts that feel more like truth, that are going to feel better. You don't have to do it alone. When we stop trying to control outcomes, we realign with something greater that can fix outcomes for us. Totally and absolutely, okay? So I'll show you how to practice that. This is the golden key. It was an essay written by Emmett Fox in like the early 1900s. And it's like a paragraph. But I'm going to show you, and you can listen to it on YouTube later. I'll send you the link. But I've been practicing the golden key and trying to understand it for over a year. And I was like, I would hear his video and I would be like, how do you actually do this? And it's only in the last month that I'm like, oh, I get it. So this has been a long time coming. Okay. And let me actually just walk you through this example. Yeah. So let's say this is person A thinking and worrying about person B. This is you and you want this or you're worried about this. You're not yet fully aligned with it. Yeah. You're over here and you want to be over here, or you're worried about somebody. Most of the time, we have 3D entanglement. Like, oh, how am I going to fix this? We're like entangled in the problem. Yeah. I'm over here. I want to be over there. How am I going to make it work? And we try to do 3D and we interact horizontally. You guys with me on that? Yeah. So I'm all in my head. How am I ever going to get out of this? This isn't going to work. 3D confrontation. So I read a post from a client that I had like over 10 years ago about how she's being bullied online by this person that she has to now go to the police and everything. And I wanted to tell her, and this is the message I got. I heard 3D confrontation will only generate more of the same energy from which it originated. Direct 3D without energy clearing going up is, the source of this will perpetrate the same energy. So she's feeling upset and like, oh my God, this is happening to me. I'm a victim. She takes 3D action. She's going to keep it going and it's not going away. She's like, I've been trying to get rid of this person for 2 years. It's not going away, right? Does that make sense? How you're like, I have another client who's trying to help her daughter who's been drinking a lot. And I said, the only thing you can do with an alcoholic who cannot stop drinking is do the golden key. That's what we're going to do together today. And that's literally, I mean, besides taking her to Alcoholics Anonymous and maybe, because you can't talk sense into them. You can't, like, you're powerless to change it. So, all right. And I'm going a little fast. Cool. All right. So we're going to do this together, but pretty much your job is to try to forget that you could do direct 3D. You just like this disappears. You're like, I will not try to fix this from the energy I'm in right now. I will literally let this go. And your entire purpose is to go up to source and to go up to this higher consciousness, which I know sounds a little bit like, what is that? What is that? But pretty much you're becoming the big blue sky. I'll walk you through the steps. You're one with it, and then you become like okay, so you go up and then you give the energy of the problem to source. And then source will guide you, your divine intelligence, this knowing in you will tell you what to do. If you have to be here or here or here, you will be guided. This will be revealed to you. I guarantee you. Yeah? So that's the golden key. Hang on. Yeah. So we're going to tap into the problem or the desire, and then we're going to go up to the solution and give the energy up to be like instantaneously cleared. And then later today, later tomorrow, in a week, you will have insights and you will have new thoughts that will just pop in when you're doing whatever. But the golden key, the message from Emmett Fox is never think of the problem again. So don't go back to this. You just don't. You go, oh, golden key, golden key, golden key. So I wanted to bring this up in the ping pong because it's about letting go. It's about getting to the place of neutrality and imperturbability and not trying to figure things out. Because when you try to figure things out, you go into this loop of like, I don't have the answer. What am I going to do? And like you keep resonating with the problem. Can you ladies check in and let me know if this makes sense? And if you have any questions or what you want to do the golden key on. You don't have to know right now. Yeah.
How does the golden key resemble, or where does it diverge from the concept of the God box that you also talk about?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many practices of letting go, right? You could write things on a piece of paper and burn it. This is more, you take the heaviness of the problem and you lift it energetically to spare it. So it's more of an energy clearing. Does that make sense? And to me, the God box is more like I'm writing it and I'm putting in the God box and then I forget it. But it's you kind of have to be sitting down on a piece of paper and doing it, and it's more mental. But the golden key is more, it's like an aura clearing. You remove your energy from it and you put it into the source. Does that answer
Okay.
your question?
Yeah. Thanks,
Okay.
Alix.
Yeah. 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 Like I'll still do the God box and give it to God on paper, but this is when like I'm going on a walk, I'm driving, I'm worried, and it's when you catch yourself thinking of the thing. Oh, golden key, golden key, golden key. So the way that because see, like if I had told this one client with her alcoholic daughter, hey, just do a God box, she would have been like, thank you, that really helps. Like, obviously it helps, right? But this is more what I told her that really helped her is I said, you cannot go over like horizontal with her. If you do the golden key, you don't go down to face the problem until you feel like, does that make sense? So I go up and then I go down if I'm guided. Yeah. So your higher self sort of gets involved. It lifts everything up. Cool? And wanting approval, wanting control, wanting safety definitely comes from the bird in the sky who forgets that you're always taken care of. You have everything you've ever needed. Everything will come to you with ease if you surrender, let go, and align and trust. Yeah? All right, so let's do it on something that doesn't feel super stressful, but then we'll do it on things that feel like harder to get. Yeah? Anything you guys want to say? Yeah. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi. I just have a question. So the golden key, can we do it in a two-part? Like, so I want to get more money, but
Yeah.
want to have more time to be able to get the more money.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So it's like I want to lose weight and I want to get pregnant.
Oh, is it? Okay.
No, it's like that's what you're thinking it is, right? It's like you feel like if I want more time, it means I make less money.
No, well, I just
No?
mean when we're doing the golden
Yeah.
key, we do it on, say, more time, but in the context that to get more money, to be able to have more time to put things together to get more money, something like that. Or is
Yeah,
that
so
two different things?
we'll do it on how do I get more time,
Hmm.
right? Because that what's frustrating is how do I have more time?
Yes. So then I can focus on putting together more options for my clients, or, you know.
Yeah, exactly. But what I would also put up there is both the fact that I would love to make more money. So your money goal. But what you're putting up there is the 20,000 a month money goal.
And everything else will come with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Thank
So
you.
just number, yeah, and number I like the feeling of heaviness around it. Like again, like you're not alone having to figure this out. There is a higher power. So there's a higher power that I'm talking junkies who are doing drugs on the street, okay? Like helpless, powerless alcoholics, people who had no chance of ever getting sober, do this work and never drink again and never use like drugs again, and they were never hypnotized. So there's a power that can come in and help sort of set your mind right when you surrender to it. Does that make sense? So you're not alone. And I think a lot of times as entrepreneur, we're like, oh, I got to figure this out myself. But no, like you could be on a walk and a multi-million-dollar idea just pops in your head. You just got to take the next step. Yeah, I can personally relate to that. Yes, you can, Stephanie. Thank you. Yeah, and I can relate to that too. So I'll always remember this moment. I'm sitting on the beach in Northern California by like Big Sur. And I'm like, how am I ever going to stop binge eating? Like it was the most horrific thing ever. Like I couldn't stop eating. And I don't even like eating that much. And I went to one OA meeting, which is for Overeaters Anonymous. I had like this huge awakening and epiphany. And I said, oh, I just have to do step 1, 2, 3, give my life to a higher power, believe in it, and admit powerlessness. I'm like, done. And I never overate since. It's been like since 2008. Like, and I was miserable. I tried everything. I went to Costa Rica to fast for $3,000. I was in the middle of Costa Rica to not eat, and it cost me $3,000. So, you know what I mean, okay? Surrender will help. All right, so let's try it. We are going to go ahead and let me try to see how I can help you with that. Yeah. So I think we're going to lean into your feminine, very feminine energy from the heart. And you may not reach like 100% of this today, but I'll send you some music to listen to and some guided meditations that will get you there. But all you're doing right now, step 1 would be, I'm going to suck my feelers back in. So we have cords to things we want. We have cords to desires. I would like you to let it go and suck it back in. So whatever you're going to do this on right now, you're going to just take your energy back from it. And you're going to like just go back to being in your cocoon, go back to being in your bubble and solidify your bubble. Imagine your egg shell aura is being being added density. You're adding light. You're visualizing, feeling, or energetically choosing to just solidify your aura, be solid in your body, be solid in your roots, and just be like an anchor tree. Like, I'm here. My body is here. My energy is here. I'm in my heart. I inhabit this space. I'm not wishy-washy. I'm not like, oh, I don't know. No, like you're solid in your power, in your core, in your sacral. You're here. And the world is out there. And we're not trying to go horizontal right now. You're going to just lift your energy up. You can even do this, your eyes open or closed, however you want, but you're just like getting curious to go up. I'm not my thinking. I'm the one observing the thinking. And I'm not even the observer. I'm the consciousness. I'm the awareness that I'm observing my thinking. So you're just lifting up, going up. Imagine you're like, let me go vertical. And let me go beyond the roof of the house I'm in. I'm going to get curious and I'm going to let myself imagine I'm being whooshed inside a vertical beam of light. It's like a vacuum. And my awareness is that I'm actually tapping into a source of light that is like this expansive, unlimited source of divine love. And it's the love that is so unconditionally supportive. It's the love of angels. It's the love that says you are an amazing child of the universe. We love you. You are the daughter of the universe. We support you. And your heart knows the resonance of that source. And you're just going up and you go higher and you go higher into this space of expansion and dreams and magic. And just go up into it and let it trickle down like a waterfall in the most magical place in Hawaii or, Tahiti, turquoise water. And you're like getting these little goosebumps of magic and little trickle, like water, rainfall, but it's warm. Like the laughter of a child, the giggles of a child, but you're up there connecting to this source of spaciousness. And you are one with the sky, the universe, and your aura is aware of this higher space. So as you keep one foot in that spaciousness of the goddess, the source, the infiniteness of this bigness, you're going to put one foot in the familiar frustration of I don't have what I want yet, and the thing I desire isn't in my life. So you're coming back into the tip of the triangle at the bottom. You're aware of that long connecting light. Like you're aware of this. You just did it. You opened the conduit. You opened it. But now you come back here and you're like in the density of it, in the frustration of it, in the lack of it. But immediately you whoosh it up. You don't interact with it. You don't try to spin it. You just go up. So you're going up in your consciousness. You're going up in your aura. And sometimes some people, they have to bring it down to them and then they go back up. Yeah, there you go. So it's like an energy transmutation. You feel the density of the thinking and the part in you who's like, ugh. And then you switch and you become one with the bigness of you and the tallness of you connecting to source. So you go back to the heaviness. You breathe, really try to breathe. You can put a hand on your heart or your belly. Oof, yeah, see, ugh, you might do like some shaking. Your energy might switch because you're getting attuned. Good, so I'm going to check your energy, each and every one of you here. And I'm just going to help you open up a little bit if it's stuck. Yeah, good, go a little higher, pull light more. Oh, it's almost as if the light's going to answer your awareness of it. The more you're aware of the light, the more it comes in. Yeah, there you go. Much better. Okay, good. And you're letting it come into clear, to take, to cleanse, to delete, to uncreate. Yeah, almost that feeling of like kinesthetically releasing it when you're ping ponging and you're just switching. Yeah, and Stephanie, try to go up from your belly almost, not your mind. I feel like you got to go out of your belly, out of your heart, and then you go up from your belly, your body, not your mind. Yeah, try that way. Yeah, there you go. You're pushing your energy forward, and then you go up, 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 beyond the house, beyond the sky, beyond the city. Go up. And then in that space of vertically connecting, then you're handing it over. Take it. It's the density that you're giving. And in that space and in the silence of giving it, you might get now or later an answer as to just the next step. Yeah, there you go. So let's go back to like the heaviness of the problem, the heaviness of how it might be harder to think about it. And you just hand it over. Put it up. Go up. It's like the tip of the triangle. I don't let myself think of it until I've gone up to the light, until I've put it in the light, until I think of spirit only. Yeah, thinking of God only, spirit, source. I'm not alone. I don't have to figure this out alone. Okay. Now, if I were to ask spirit, what could I do? Is there anything I can do? Just see if a new thought pops in, like a new, let me put this, all of this thinking up. What comes back? An hour later, right? What comes back? Take your time. Yeah, and I just want to make it clear when I told Stephanie, open your chakras, like open your chest and stomach to let the energy go up because the energy was stuck in her body, not her mind. So everybody, like when you go up to the golden key, you're putting the heaviness of it also from your chest and stomach, if that feels more relevant, if that feels easier. So right now you might have like two way of thinking about it. You might have some new higher thoughts, like it would be my pleasure to receive this. It would be like, I would be so grateful to have that. And then you might still have a little bit of like the fear thoughts. Does anyone resonate with that? Is anybody feeling stuck or like you're seesawing between the two? Okay, you can feel calmer for Deborah. Does anybody want to take a hot seat and lift everything up? Yeah, Jen, you want to try for 5 minutes?
Sure.
Yeah. Did anything move with what you were doing it on? What were you doing it on?
I was doing it on money and yeah, I feel like it moved some.
Mm-hmm. Was it on having more money or not having enough money or debt? What's the thing?
Yeah, the thing is I guess having money, like not having enough money each month.
Yeah, and would you say it's a recurring sticky feeling that's familiar?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like if I work with somebody and she's like, "Oh, I'm lonely. I haven't found someone." And she's like, "Yeah, I mean, it's been like that for 15 years." She started to memorize the feeling of lacking love and she just got used to it. So she's a really good match for manifesting more lacking love.
Yeah.
So you are so persistent of wanting to change the lack of money that you keep pivoting into it instead of pivoting into what would it feel like if I wasn't feeling lack? Can you try to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Can I tune into the space where I don't feel lack of money? What do you get? Take your time. Yeah. Oof, yeah. What can I tune into the space that doesn't feel lack? Where do you feel there?
Um, Probably a little bit more light and free,
Yeah.
more like happily spending.
Yeah, with gratitude and love and making money fun. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the relationship with anybody. It's like, well, as long like it's a conditional relationship. Like, if I don't have enough of you, then I don't want to love you. But it's like, could you love it even if you just get 5 minutes with it? Can you love $100,
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't feel like $100 is enough, it's hard to be a match for 1,000 or 10,000 consistently, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Makes
can I
sense.
tune into the space where I don't feel lack? I would try to put a reminder on your phone, do it every hour on the hour until you're like, oh my God, $20 feels like Disneyland, you know? And then when you call it in, you'll call it in from this place of so much abundance. Because you always get more of what you already know how to feel. So if you were to do a spectrum, I'm like, do I know how to feel super rich or do I know how to feel super poor? Which one is the one I'm feeling all the time? That's the one that's the channel you're always watching. So for you, Jen, what I would say is if the golden key doesn't work because maybe, some people have a hard time with the vertical connection, I would say tune into the space that doesn't feel like lack. That is whatever you want. If it's playing with kids, if it's like the fairies and like a Disney movie, but you would want to take the heaviness and put it into that. Does that make sense? Like think of something that
Yeah.
makes you feel lighter and put it into that. But I would be allergic to going back into lack. I would be like, money's not the priority. The priority is never going back to that feeling of lack.
Okay.
Like, don't entertain it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So your mantra is, can I tune into the space where I don't feel lack?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
And you
perfect.
do it every day, all day. And lo and behold, you'll be like, okay, I can now feel abundant. And then it can manifest in the material form. Already I can hear it in your tone. You feel way lighter, less hopeless and helpless.
Yay.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
you're welcome. And I know you got to go soon, but what I would say next to that is like, with the avatar it's like we're in this video game, right? And it's like if the avatar Jen's always been like struggling with money and da 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 da, and I'm not an entrepreneur and I haven't made a ton of money as a therapist or an entrepreneur. That's one video game. And then it's like, well, how do I leap into this new life where it's normal for me to be super abundant as Jen or as Mahima? Like, how do I make this who I am and for whom it becomes natural, you know? And I don't have the answer for you right now, but just being aware that it's, you know, you gotta do some work around that. Like, I don't, so I guess my tip for that is always have acceptance for where you are. So like when I fully accepted my shitty car, I finally got a brand new one, right? But I had to have deep acceptance that if I didn't get the new one, it would be fine. So acceptance is like, I'm deeply okay with my current life. And if it never changes, I still freaking love it so much. When you can love the life you have now so much, that's when it can change. That's when it can really shift, you know?
Yeah.
So I think you'll have the things you want will come to you faster on that frequency, you know,
Yeah. Makes sense.
than the resistance. Yeah.
Yeah. That makes
Okay. And
sense.
then maybe you can watch the replay, but I'll do an exercise on like an actual amount too. We'll do that because that would be cool. Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Awesome. I have to hop
Yeah.
off. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yay. Bye.
Bye. Okay, does anybody else want to do a quick hot seat?
I don't mind doing one. I don't
Okay.
mind doing one.
How was that for you?
So mine was on scaling, so making it easy to get from different sources,
Mhm.
or just scaling, becoming bigger, more not necessarily in one space, but just having bigger community,
Yeah.
have
More
a
visible
just
or
more, yeah, more people in my world, I guess.
yeah.
Um, and the thing that came through was just like start to create more space. Create more
Okay.
space. Because I'm
Yeah.
currently working in a clinic part-time,
Yeah.
full-time, and actually for free because in order to get a mental health license in the US, it's a whole situation of 3,000 hours. And the clinic that I'm in, I just feel so used all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's so much hard work and I feel used. So not so much by the patients because they're very sick, it's also by them a little bit, some of the clients, but also I just feel used by the whole system all the time.
And when you had a vision or a goal for your life and you did and it like brought you joy and you could see it, you feel it, you want it. Did you get the clear guidance I need a mental health license? Or is that
Uh,
just you thinking I need one?
no, I just loved it. I loved the study. So it was more about moving to the US at the time. So it was like, oh, I found this core. I'm very excited to do this specific thing that
Okay. Okay. So you want to go through with it.
I definitely want to go. I love studying. I love it,
Yeah.
love it. It's like studying the unconscious. So I just
Yeah,
love
but
it.
the student, so there's a student. I don't know if you've ever watched that from me, but there's the student. And then it sits completely opposite the entrepreneur. Because you're either a student or so students pay, sorry, my son wants to come in. A student pay to learn and an entrepreneur gets paid. An
Oh,
expert gets paid. So you love it as a student, but you see, it's like Stephanie asking to make more money, but believing it takes more time to make more money. Like the thing, you know?
uh,
So you're either a student or you're an entrepreneur. You can be both as long as you're conscious that I'm gonna like entertain my student and study right now because we freaking love studying. But why do we love studying? Because it's safe. It's
mm,
safe. All we got to do is study and get good grades, and then we get approval. Like I was such a dork at school. I was always in the front row taking all the notes, and I was the perfect A student.
oh dear.
Doesn't
Yeah.
mean you can scale for shit, you know? I mean, that doesn't help you scale. So,
That's where I am in that. So I'm kind of trying to clear
yeah.
some of the I'm trying to change. Trying to do different things, but
So
that's what
the thing is, the student is going to feel threatened by the goals of your entrepreneur. As long as you know that, you got to make a promise. So you got to make a promise to the student. and I don't know what her specific fears are, but you're gonna have to find them. You find the specific fears of the student. Because at some point you're studying to graduate and become the teacher. So she's probably insecure about graduating and becoming the teacher, and she doesn't want to stop it. This is why, like, you'll have clients who are like, I'm taking more courses, I'm taking more courses. But at some point, like, let life be your teacher. And then, okay, so this is what I'm getting. You could actually, like, stay a student of life as you scale and you grow. So you're going to be like, okay, I learned all of this. I can teach it to all of these people who don't know. And then I'll stay a student as I learn, right? We stay student for life, but do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I know
see,
exactly
I
what you mean.
just got you feeling more empowered right then. Yeah, I got you feeling more empowered. Yeah. So use the wisdom of your student to become a really great leader. Because I think the greatest leaders have flexible mindset and want to keep learning, but don't use being a student to hide. I think she thinks it will get her safety and approval, you know?
But it hasn't worked because the place that I'm studying at is really toxic.
Because that part of you is a match for not having it, which is why she wants it as a student.
Mm.
Like I would re-examine my motive as a student, like deeply, 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 why am I attached to studying? And I would ping pong on that to unpack it. And I would send my whole desire to be a student to the golden, like I would golden key it.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then you could still be a student, but not attract the toxicity around it.
Around it. Mm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you could be doing some Coda stuff in there. Coda is so, it's so fun to do Coda because Coda is like, let me make other people more important than me so I don't have to feel my feelings and deal with my life. Let me be a caretaker and take care of other people so I don't have to look at how I'm so disappointed by my own choices in life.
Yeah. Yeah. I do think that I do
Yeah.
think it's been shifting because the
Yeah.
frustration with the whole
Yeah.
like no, 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 not working. Not
Good.
working anymore.
So you're going to have to rescript it. So you golden key it so much every day you go there, every day you're there. You just keep golden keying, like go up, go up, go up. I'm not going to even touch it. I'm not going to try to change it. But then at some point you'll have insights and you'll go back down the other side of the triangle, which is when you can start scripting, dreaming, visualizing, and calling it in and deciding, oh, I'm going to work at the most amazing place and I get the degree, I get the thing, but it's not rigid. It's like this openness and this letting go. And
Mm.
maybe spirit, maybe this guidance, like this love up there that wants to shower you with unconditional love is like, well, let us help you scale your business to this next level. And then once that's going, then you can go back here and your energy will have shifted and there is a master plan. There's like, I always feel like my guides and angels have like, they see so much more than we do because there's like this, they're not stuck in time and 3D. So I listen, I pay attention, and I'm always amazed at how it all aligned perfectly. Like it was so amazing the way this person had to come into my life to give me these messages so that I would have this awareness that I need now for my next chapter.
Mm.
Yeah?
No, that makes sense. I'm kind of at that point where I'm like, just yeah. Yeah. There is
Yeah.
a decision to be made whether to stay where I am and do it faster because I said I want to go and I've had enough. And they said, oh, we'll help you do it faster, or to go somewhere else where there'll be more flexibility and bigger community
Hmm.
and pay. And pay. A little bit pay, but more pay. But it might be slower. So that's the
Yeah.
I think
But golden
that
key it. Like, so you could like put it in God's box. And then what I sometimes do is I put it on a piece of paper that I fold that I can't see what's in it. And then I hold it to my heart and I just like channel answers and messages about it without looking at it. And then I do it with the other piece of paper without looking. And then I'll have my answers. That's how I decide a lot of things.
Mm.
It's always been, do you know what I mean? So how do I feel in 3 months? If I decide this path, how does it feel? If I decide this one, how does it feel? But you don't know which one is A and B until you're finished writing everything.
Yeah.
That's how I think. I mean, because, or obviously you can use logic, but logic can only go so far. Like you can only, you know, you can think your way through it, but you don't, yeah, I like to feel it as well. You know, how does it feel in 6 months if I choose A or B? Yeah, cool. Let us know what you end up doing.
I will. I will.
Okay.
But yeah, that was good insight. Good insight.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and the whole golden key, it's like you will have higher quality thinking by getting into that higher space anyway. Yeah, so. All right, anyone else wants to hop in and do a hot seat? I have some time.
Sure, I'll do it.
Yay, what are you doing it on?
Um, on connection to someone that I have been wanting to connect more to, but it's frustrating because it's just not working.
Yeah.
And been a lot of frustration, but I feel better now that, I've kind of trying to let go. It feels better just to kind of let it be and let go.
Yeah,
Um,
and does it make sense how like you think of the person, and I feel like when you think of that person, you get low, you feel like you're in your hips and your lower belly. It just feels like it just anchors you into this lack feeling of like separation. Yeah, would you say that?
yeah, but the problem is it never used to feel that. It used to feel like just kindness and love and
Yeah.
caring, and then just lately it's been, yeah, lack of acceptance, I guess, or
Yeah, and then you take it and you send it up. So I would like I guess what I'm trying to say is we're putting the person up there too, but you're also putting what the person makes you feel, what the situation makes you feel. Yeah. So you're
right,
sending that up. And I would try to keep doing that like every couple hours, or when you're driving, when you're cooking, you're home and you're like, oh, you feel the heaviness. Golden key. You'll keep thinking of me. Golden key. And then you keep doing it, doing it, doing it. It just will start clearing and clearing and clearing whatever's been in you, even the karma that attracted that situation or created it in the first place. Now, we don't do the golden key to manipulate outcomes.
right.
You may not get what you want, but the thing is it won't matter as much because everything would have cleared. And at the end of the day, you're doing this person an incredible favor because it's like instead of holding on to visualizing and thinking of the problem, you're allowing the highest part of you, the greatest part of you, to think higher thoughts about them. So it's as if you're blessing him or her with unconditional love every time you send it up to the golden key. Like,
Right.
so I think that's a very beautiful way to care and love for somebody that you know that isn't currently able to be with you, but who will feel that, like that detached love.
Yeah, and I have no problem with that. I feel like I have, been very
Yeah.
patient about that, and I'm learning to love this person more unconditionally, but also like I feel like I never get loved unconditionally. So I think that's also part of the thought. It's like, well, who's there to support me and who can love me unconditionally,
Yeah.
without me doing anything for them, without me being somebody else, without, like that's the big issue too.
So did you hear when I don't know if you were here the whole time, but did you hear when I talked to Jen about we always get more what we know how to feel?
Right.
So how would you reverse engineer manifesting unconditional love for Deborah in 3, 6, 9 months? Like how would you call that in for her? For that future part of you. If Deborah now feels like she's not getting unconditional love,
Right.
how would you call it in? How could you call it in?
So I maybe have to have unconditional love for myself because I can't count on other people to, or the universe can love me unconditionally, or nature can love me unconditionally, but I can't count on people to love me unconditionally. I just feel that way. So,
That's a belief. I
yeah.
can't count on people to love me unconditionally. How true does it feel out of 10?
Mm. Like a 9.
Yeah. So, you know what I would say? Chat GPT, EFT. Even though I can't count on people to love me unconditionally, I deeply love and accept myself. All these
Right.
people, I can't count on them. They've never loved me unconditionally. And then there's all that resentment and anger coming up and all that sadness underneath it. Tap,
Right.
tap, tap. All these people, I can't count on them. And I want to keep being right about it because that's my current avatar. Like the video game I'm in right now is those fucking people. I can't, I can't trust them.
Right.
Let me down. So I would go down that path and do EFT on it with ChatGPT until until that belief is down to a 1 or a 0. I can't count on people. Did everybody hear her when she said it? It was like a truth. It was like a statement of truth.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. If I'm the universe and my responsibility is to give you more of what you're feeling, you just sent me a huge wave of like your frequency is give me more of that because I need to be right about that belief because it's protected me to believe that.
So what's the opposite? Just thinking like people love me unconditionally. Just
So
tell
tap on it for like a week until it's a 0 and do tapping on it with ChatGPT and then I'll send you, did I ever send you the one I created for that? Like yeah, I did, didn't I? The
oh,
GPT.
I think so.
Yeah, save it, use it every day. Um, what would you do for that? Oh yeah. So then once you're no longer believing the belief that I can't count on people, then you would want to tune into the space where you don't feel that. What does that feel like? So you get curious. You're like, well, can I tune into the space where I don't feel I can't count on people?
Right. Okay.
Because your future avatar, the one that's in a video game where she's like, oh my God, people bring me flowers and soup. I can't I can't cough without a neighbor checking up on me. What is this thing? She wouldn't be on a call right now telling me I can't count on people. She'd be like, I can't get rid of them. What's going on? What did you do, Alex?
Right.
Do you see like the unraveling of your current avatar is that she's still mad and angry and has resentment towards certain people. So, then you write some forgiveness letters. You don't have to send them. You just release them and you go, why was I ever believing that? Like literally, it's like if I talk to somebody and she's like, money's never been there for me. Same thing. She can't be an affluent woman with money always being there for her if she believes that, right?
Right.
So love isn't available to me, or like reliable people isn't available to me. But I know you're no longer truly really believing that anymore. Like you can count on people. It's just not enough. It's just not enough.
Right. It's getting better. I mean, it's
Yeah,
getting,
look at you. You already
but
can't believe what you see. How true is it? I can't count on people now. It was a 9. What is it now?
be like a 5 or 6.
Yeah, there you go. You're like, what? That doesn't make any sense. See, you're already leaning into your new avatar.
Okay.
You're already like, I just felt you shift. It was like a movie, where you're like, I'm here, wait, I'm over here. You could literally walk around your house and be like, how does it feel when I'm over here believing that? Ugh, ugh. And then you walk over, you're like, how does it feel when like people bring me flowers and soup and call me up all the time? Ooh, I like this. We live in an energetic universe,
Yeah, that's true.
so the other day I was like talking to my guides about like how do I manifest my dream home? Like this is my dream apartment, but like I want my dream home, right? And they're like, do you know what you did to manifest your dream car? I'm like, yeah, I would literally simulate me driving it. So I would close my eyes and I would imagine the leather, like the whole nice thing and the electric car and like the smoothness of having an electric SUV. And I would do it as if it was real. I was like, okay, I have it. I have it. And then I went and tried the car. And it was like, this is my car. I'm gonna have it. And they're like, yeah, but there's like a 6 months wait. And I was in total acceptance. I was like, it's okay. Literally within 2 weeks, they called me and they said, your car's here. And it's perfect. It's like oyster white. It like light, like it's white that has color in it when it's out in the sun, it like shines. And it's been, I don't know, I got it in January of 2023. And when they called me, I was in Switzerland and I'm like, I'm gonna come get it. And they unveiled it and it was covered up when I got it. It was beautiful. So for the house, they're like, well, you're gonna have to visualize yourself in the house. Do you see what I'm saying, Deborah? So you gotta ignore the now long enough to call in what you want, which is what I wrote in my stories yesterday. Yes, you did, Eva. I love my car. Yeah. You did in the south of France. Okay, I wrote about it here. Hang on, let me show you, because that way you guys, and if you didn't see my story on Facebook, then you can see it. You can screenshot it if you want. Where is it? I can't see it. Morning is for quantum magic, crisscross applesauce on the floor. Two-way prayer feels so good. Two-way prayer is kind of what we were doing with like, what would God say about this? What would my higher self say about this? And then you write it down. And then the next picture, let me bring it up. Is this one? Quantum creation takes place when we feel, see, and know the ideal and result. More than whatever you're currently in, right? So that's kind of the flexible mindset. You got to kind of lean into that. My current reality is so freaking painful. I don't like it or parts of it. Where would I rather be? But how do I have enough acceptance and love for what is? Because a previous version of me attracted this, wanted this. So you got to disconnect from what is currently long enough. So this is where we sucked our feelers back in and you connected to the higher consciousness above you. Okay. Yeah, and then I left a voice note to Christelle, who's my new client in Switzerland. And if I can, I'm going to edit it and I can send it to you ladies in the ping pong group. It was all about, I think it was more about money. I left it yesterday. Let me see, was there another part to this? Oh yeah. All right, anyone else want to go live? I think Deborah is good to go for now. Anyone else wants to check in? Stephanie, Eva? Eva, I know it's late for you.
Yes, I would love to.
Yes. Oh, you
Thank
cannot.
you.
Okay, Steph. Yeah. Yeah, what are you calling in or moving through or imagining?
Yeah, what I'm calling in is to really have that beautiful group of teenies, with the business that we're doing with Fabian, and really calling in these families that we want to bless and share with and create a community with, and just I imagine when you were guiding us, like I imagine like this beacon of light, just like a lighthouse, like calling them in. And I resonate with that space in between that you were talking about at the beginning of the call, which is sort of the letting go of the result, and but also keeping that faith in the gap where there's still not a lot of evidence. So
Yeah,
so
yeah.
just holding steady in that energy.
So I think this is going to be perfect for people who need to resonate with what I'm about to say, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I think for you, Eva, is because it's not so much shift. So, for Jen, where she was like, oh, once I see the money, I'll love money again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
For you, it's the thing you're going to need to call into shift is in the reality out there. It's your new Eva personality, because who you need to become to have this business work is not who you currently are, is what I'm picking up on.
Mm-hmm.
To be like at the top of an MLM, like to be in this thing you want to be in, you can't go about it with the heart of a therapist.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to put your business hat on a little bit more and let me try to see if I can help you understand this. I think you just tuned into it as I told you. Did you feel that? That shift?
Yeah. No, it makes total sense, like what you're saying. Like it's
So yeah, I felt you feel it, but it was like, and I need to look at your human design because maybe that will help me, but what's your Mercury in? Do you know?
in which planet or the gate?
Mercury. Yeah, Mercury. Which number? Let me look up. I think I have
Oh yeah, it's in the in the 64 Doors website that you showed me, it's the archetype of the panther.
34, perfect. Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
is. Okay, your Mercury's in 34. So I might have to go look at something and then I'll get back to you. But did you already feel like as soon as I talked about who you have to become to attract this vision is what you got a
Mm-hmm.
golden key. So what you're going to have to golden key is the good mother, Eva, the good wife, the good therapist, like this good girl.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to golden key that. Does that make sense? I don't know.
It's still a bit abstract. So what you
Okay.
mean to say is that that needs to shift around to something to an identity that is
Who
more
you,
capable of holding.
yeah, who you are right now isn't a match for the vision.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I'm not a match for getting married and having a little house with the no. I'm too independent. I'm too like light worker avatar. Like I broke up with my fiance because I'm like, I'm not actually, this isn't what I want, right? I'm just giving you this example so you get it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I like if I really want to get married, there's so much I have to shift in my own avatar self to like align with that. So much golden key I'm gonna have to do about my own habits and behaviors. Okay? There are equally so many good habits and behaviors about you where to be like, okay, so this is what I was trying to say. To attract and hold people who come in your downline,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta have this, you're a carnivore, you're not a herbivore anymore, you're a carnivore. And you gotta have this solidity about you that can imprint and format things into being. You gotta be really solid. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
And where you're doing a little bit of what Jen's doing is she's waiting for the money to come to start appreciating money. And what you're going to have to do is not wait anymore, not be a waiter, but be somebody who's like, this is what we're doing. This is the people I'm calling in, and be more decisive and sure of yourself, which is what Gate 34 is about. She's very sure of herself.
Mm-hmm.
Majesty is the architect, the boss. You might want to do the boss again because it's very much the boss who decides.
Yeah, I was just looking over at those notes as you're saying a few days ago. So yeah, it resonates.
So yeah, and then I might have to look at your husband's because he's a projector, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be the leader, but you're gonna be the one who you can't, yeah, your dynamic is gonna have to shift, I think, from what it is currently. Does he
Mm.
connect you to your throat? Does he have anything that connects you up there?
Yes, we
Okay,
have
good.
channel 8-1 together. So he has the 8-1 channel on his own, and I only have the one, and he has the 8, or vice versa, but we connect
Okay, you
together.
connect there. And so
Mhm.
you might have to dance around some of your archetypes. How often are you moving through your gene keys gates from shadow to higher frequency?
Uh, the the Majesty one is one that I keep in the loop, that I keep
Yeah, no, you're
going,
gonna have to go around all the other ones.
and the other ones
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
here I have it. So let me explain this. And this is for everybody, but this is a little bit next level, but you're gonna need to move. So in order to become and channel your genius and move beyond. So the golden key is very important for this. It's kind of still what I would focus on, but now you're gonna need to golden key and absorb the shadow of every one of your gates that are recurring, that are familiar, okay? And you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
have to go find it. So this is something I didn't get into today, but ping ponging is very much about shadow work. What you're doing is you're going into the part of you who doesn't want what you want. That's
Yeah.
shadow work, right? The
Yeah.
saboteur and all the parts. So you guys can see my desktop. Yeah, okay, perfect. So this is what
Yes.
you're gonna do, and this is the quick of it, but you're gonna need to make yourself an audio and do this every day. Okay, you got to do this every day. Yeah. This is
Yes.
gonna be better than like the 40-day abundance thing is great, but this is very important for you to evolve. This is about
Mm.
evolution. Okay. So
Yeah.
you're gonna go and you're gonna look up all of the shadow of of 26 or 22. You'll see where you want to start. You got to start somewhere, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to start at the shadow of 22 or 26, and you're going to go to the bottom. So like proper, inappropriate, dishonor. You're going to have to go look up on a thesaurus what that actually means. And like that, you can really find, I need you to find the frequency of these shadows, these 3 shadows. And once you have it and you locked it into your body, you absorb it, absorb it, absorb it, transmute it until you leap into graciousness. You release graciousness and you have this embodiment of grace cellularly in your body. Does that resonate?
Mm-hmm.
So you know what
Yes.
I said, the good girl and the good wife and the good mom, you're being proper. This is you in your shadow. So when you're proper, you're in your shadow. Grace is like an emanation of I walk into a room and I have grace, I'm embodying grace. Do you see the difference between I'm proper and grace?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you see how it's a different frequency?
Yes.
When you're
Yeah.
in grace, you're then are going to go to 47 or 62. So it depends which one. If you want to do 62, then you go to the top of 62 and then you go to the bottom of 54. You move through all the shadows of 54, which is super hard. Oh my God, 54 is such a bitch. I can help you with that one, okay? That one is so hard. I find it really hard. Maybe not you.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, that one is so hard to move through. And then you got to go to the shadow of 40. And what I mean is like, so you guys, it's like a staircase, okay? So you go to your shadow and then you go up to the high. It's like a video game again. And then like she's in grace. She's like, okay, I can embody grace. I got the frequency of grace. Move up to the lower of 62, which is obsessive, pedantic intellect. So now you're going to have to find those frequencies in your body, absorb, 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 release precision, embody impeccability. When you can embody impeccability, then you can go up to 54. And the shadow of 54 is unambitious. This is when you don't want to do anything. Like
Mm-hmm.
apathy. I don't want anything. So then you're gonna have to. So sometimes I take my shadows and I golden key them because they're so hard to move. I can't move them. So I
Mm-hmm.
golden key, I give it to God. I just golden key it. Okay.
Yeah. When you absorb them, like you find, as you say, you find within your body the frequency of the shadow and you absorb it.
You hug
Is
it. Mhm.
yeah, so you sort of like you
You
love
bring
it
it
for
in.
what it is, right? Like you love it for what it is so that it can be released into
It's
the
like if you're hugging a friend who's sad and you want to take up the sadness in your heart, you suck it in.
mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
suck it in. And it
Okay.
could take you
Yeah.
3 seconds, it could take you 30 seconds, but you suck it in until it's transmuted in your heart or in your chest and
Mm-hmm.
stomach.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the gift you release out. So you open your chest and it's a kinesthetic release, like steam or bubbles coming out. You give it. The gift
Mm-hmm.
is give and you don't hold on to it. You give it. It's not who you are. Who you are is the CD. It's that.
Right. So as you release the gift and
Yeah.
you share it pretty much, that's where the CD comes and
Over. You just become this.
takes over. Right.
Yeah. And some people try to reach this, but you can only reach this by going through each of these.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can't get to grace without knowing what it feels like to be proper.
Mm-hmm.
These are trauma responses. Every shadow is a trauma response, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got to move through your trauma response to move into your gift, the gift you release. So I have gate 52 in my root, which is restraint, and I have to release that. And when I release it, I experience this incredible stillness, which is the balance.
Mm,
But I got to release restraint to embody stillness.
fantastic.
So
Okay.
try to either do 26 to 40. When I say 26 to 45 is you start at the bottom of 26, you move up to the CD, you go to the bottom of 45, you go up to the CD. You go to the bottom of 47, you go up to, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Pick either those 4 or the Venus and go all the way up to 62. And you got to stay. If you can't move out of 54, you stay there. You watch more videos about it. You find more ways, you find more words. You'll feel it in your body when you're in ascension. But 54 is a business. It's the business gate. I have it, so I know. And it's all about going from poverty to riches. And yeah, I'll go through my notes about it and send you a voice note about it.
Oh, thank you, Alex. This
Yeah,
is,
and
yeah.
Because
then this is my new 40-day plan. I love it.
yeah, but does it make sense how when you talked about your vision, it's like you're the creator of the vision, but you're not you're not being who you're not a match. You're, I don't know. It's not that you're not a match, is you have to evolve to being somebody who
Yeah.
have that kind of business.
Yeah.
Maybe surround yourself with more people like that, call them, talk to them, have more mentors, like absorb people like that who
Mm-hmm.
um yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You got to activate your manager again and your yeah. There's something in there that's got to be more balanced with
Mm-hmm.
mm.
Thank you. Thank you, Alix.
Yeah, and then when you're done with the Genius Venus, you got to also know how to go back and forth with your pearl. So the pearl is different from all the other ones because the pearl, it goes back and forth. So you go from 40 to 62, 62 to 40, 40 to 20, like they all interact.
Mm,
These ones you either go up or you go down. But these
yeah.
ones, the 26 to 6, like you're going to want to know how to go from 26 to 62, 62 to 29, 29 to 62, like the staircase goes back and forth
Uh-huh.
between them, among them.
Okay.
Does that
Okay,
make
got
sense?
it.
So yeah.
Okay.
So
But I start with the other with the either the Venus sequence or the
yeah, I would do the genius first
and the
until you get it,
genius.
until you can go,
Uh-huh.
okay, I can go up and down both ways so easily.
Yeah.
It's like an energetic frequency. It's like an energetic signature that you
Mm-hmm.
know. Because
Mm-hmm.
what's going to happen is that you're going to go to your shadows and then you're going to be like, oh, it's my gate 26. No problem.
Mm-hmm.
Let me absorb it. And then within 3 seconds, it's gone. You're not spending days in it. I have apathy and inertia and unambition as my shadows. And for years, I thought I just don't want to do anything. But it was just my shadow. And all I had to do was go up the energetic staircase.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And then when you live in this higher frequency, every one of your kids, like everyone you live with, they're gonna live on their higher frequency. You'll just bring everybody up because your root chakra is defined,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you have
Yes.
a generator, you have more defined centers, so you format the rooms you walk in. That's just you.
Mm-hmm.
I have it too, right? So I format like whatever frequency I'm in, people around me get into that frequency, which is why you guys often come on my live calls because you get like an energetic attunement, right? You get tuned up.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have that, but I don't see you using it right now at all. You're in this more soft, I'm receiving, I'm witnessing, but you're not like imprinting. Do you see the difference?
Mm-hmm.
You're still
Mm-hmm.
too nice. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
But you want to keep that, obviously, keep being nice, but I think yeah. In a month from now, we'll probably have a different Eva on the phone.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Alix.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Awesome. All right. I know that was a lot, guys, but Eva's been in my world for like, I don't know, 4 years. So she got the bigger download than, you know. All right. Anybody have questions on that? We're good. Oh, I wanted to channel for Stephanie on her question about calling in. How could she golden key money and having more time to figure out how she could sell her packages, her higher end packages? So there's attachment, which I get it. There's attachment to the current way you're doing business, Stephanie, because it's been so reliable and consistent, and there's so many people signing up and buying your current package. And the whole Google Ads to your offer is working really well. And I think there's a space where you can golden key that and ask for it to stay and still be open to having another channel of income that comes from higher end clients. So I actually wrote a post in my notes about that I was going to post. So Sorry, I'm still sharing Eva's human design. So, like, if you're going to do local meetups where, like I was telling Mahima to do local stuff with meditation and creating events locally, like I'm going to start doing that. It's like $20 per person. It's not my high-end package. That's 5,000, right? But you can hold space to manifest the lower end, and you can hold space to call in the higher end. Just because I'm calling in $20 meditation clients to my meditation classes, because I love having little groups of people I get to see live, doesn't mean I'm not still calling in a $10,000 client. Yeah. So you got to kind of, does that kind of feel liberating to think, oh, I could continue to ask the universe to keep bringing me these clients that I love to support through these offers, and I'm playing with the frequency of like tiptoeing. What would it feel like to have a painful client? And this is where I wanted to walk you guys through this. So this is perfect. Stephanie's guiding us to it. So let's say you're just dilly-dally, like going on a walk or showering, and you're like, let me ponder the possibility of this vision. Let me ponder the possibility of, oh my God, I sold a 5K package in full, you know? And it maybe doesn't feel like a normal thing right now. It feels like this thing you've never had, right? But trust me, I've had so many RTT sisters who were in your own shoes, and then they did it and they're like, it happened. And if it happened once, it can happen again because now you know what it feels like. But until it feels light, it's going to feel heavy. Until it feels possible, it's going to feel impossible. Yeah? So what I would first do about that is, of course, if it feels like, oh no, if I call in 5K painful clients or 3K painful clients, that means I'm losing my $600 clients. Then you got to golden key the fear. Then you got to go up and do a fear turnaround or process that and feel that and let it go. You got to surrender that belief, just like Deborah surrendered her belief. EFT, golden key, whatever you got to do. But that's your first sort of assignment is, why am I afraid asking for a painful client would take away my other clients? Like, that's a fear that doesn't have to be true, right? It doesn't have to be true. Yeah. Is it true? Question it. And then you just, another day, the next day, or 4 hours later, be like, okay, let me pick that up again. I'm allowing myself to call in a painful client. So what do I need to know? What needs to be concrete in my mind until I can make that happen? I don't know. Let me maybe leave a voice note to Alex to ask her. Because what I would tell you for that is, I say, well, you're selling a weekly call with you. That's what you're selling. That's the high end, is we do a weekly call and we sell the bridge from where they are to where they want to be based on the call you had with them. Yeah. So whatever little, I guess it's called a friction. Whatever friction you feel around your desire, you got to find a way to like soften it. Whether it's asking me, talking to someone who's done it, contemplating, journaling, golden keying, EFT, you just got to remove the friction. Yeah? Because it's like, if you wanted to make lasagna, you'd be like, I know how. I'm going to go look up a recipe. I'm going to go buy the food. I'm going to bake it. Done, right? It's very flowy. So if you wanted to be like, oh, I would love more clients that pay me more so I have more time. But then if it feels like, oh no, I can't, then you got to unpack that. Does that make sense? So if, let's say I want to call in, I don't know, 100K in 1 month through this one course that I've never sold, I'm going to have limiting beliefs, right? Because I haven't done it. What if people don't like it? What if, I don't know, halfway through I'm bored, I don't want to do it anymore. So you got to sit with the beliefs and be like, well, what would be the solution? I'm halfway through, I'm bored. Then can I be okay not meeting my goal? Well, maybe I could do half with this course and half with the other course. Like, sit with your desire until it feels like butter, melted butter, like soft butter, not melted butter, but like, like it's soft. And until it doesn't feel soft, then there's something to release, forgive, unpack, golden key it every day until it feels soft. You know? Right now, getting married, it's not melted butter. It's like a wall. I'm not getting married. not right now, right? So that's, you got to know what you're ready to call in. Okay, guys? You got to know. So any questions on that? And I'm really grateful we get to have this conversation because we don't get to have them in many places. But I get
I
to,
think
yeah, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I'm gonna, yeah.
so. My experience of this has often been like when you get, or recently, that's my experience. So you get the clients, you get the whatever, and then something will happen that hits your confidence and they'll start to drop off. What do you do then? And do you say, because I've had this experience recently where I kind of had these clients sign on, and some of them, great, wonderful clients, and some of them have been like, oh, I'm not getting the result. And I'm like, you've barely done 1 or 2 sessions. You're not going to get a result. But then they start dropping off, or then they start.
Then you did you ever watch, you didn't watch it. You didn't have my Selling Your Power training.
No, I didn't. No.
Yeah. And I'm only saying that because the women who have, like Eva's done it and a bunch of people have done it, that doesn't happen to them. So what happened is you didn't do the sales call correctly, because when you do the sales call correctly, no one will ever tell you after 1 or 2 sessions that they haven't had results.
Mm.
And I paid a coach $20,000 to learn how to do sales calls
Mm.
in 2015. And I was in Switzerland and somebody posted in the Facebook group last month. She's like, I'm looking for an EMDR therapist. And I just left one sentence. I think I could help. And I gave her my number and she paid in full for 3 months.
Mm.
It's several $1,000s. Every single time we have a session, she's like, I'm so lucky I met you. I'm so lucky I met you. You have no idea how grateful I am. And so I would consider investing in that program, or you and I talking about that, because until you know how to do sales call, people will chicken out. Or so that's number one would be that. The second thing would be, wherein did I feel not prepared to really support them long term? But I don't think that's it. I think you just didn't set it up from the beginning. Maybe Eve, I can tell you, but until you know how to sell on the phone, the way that you need to, it's gonna feel like that. It's gonna feel like that.
Mm.
Because I'll tell you the gist of it. The gist of it is you don't sell them anything. They sell themselves. They buy it. They create. They are like, how do I pay you? How do I pay
Mm.
you? I need this. How do I pay you? And you show them and explain to them, it's not going to be a 1 or 2 session. Like, I can't help you in one or
Yeah.
two session.
I told her that. I was like, it's gonna take 3 months. You're very stuck. And she was like, oh, somebody else said they can fix me in two sessions. I said, then go to them. But this is going to take time. But I feel like she has this pattern, this specific person. She's like, oh, I went to Vipassana, which is this silent meditation retreat. And she's like, within 5 days, I knew everything and I was stuck there for 5 extra days. So, and then she messaged me saying, oh, I want to pause. And I said, you've
No,
not,
but it is. Well, but the thing is, that's what you bring up during intervention when you do intervention with them on the call, is you
Mm,
do say, hey, do you see a pattern here? And then you take that thread and you show it to her across everything she's already told you. So it's a little manipulative, but you're telling her the freaking truth. You're like, you know this about her, right? So when she didn't buy because she's doing well. She bought because she's in pain.
yeah.
So you got to bring her pain back and circle it around this very fucking pattern she has. But it becomes apparent to her. She's buying to fix that pattern.
Mm.
And she didn't pay you in full, and I don't think you charged her enough.
I should have charged her more. She didn't pay me in full. She paid in an installment. She's like, hey, can I pay in 3 months? I was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so people who pay the least are the biggest pain in the ass. So how much did you quote her for 3 months?
Sorry?
How much did you quote her for 3 months?
How much did I? $2,000.
Okay, that's not bad. And how many, was it a weekly call?
It was a weekly call and RTT sessions as well.
Okay.
Yeah, RTT every 3 weeks. Yeah, every 2 to 3 weeks,
And then,
depending.
yeah. And then when you told her that, well, how did you sell it at the end? Would you say, yeah, we'll talk every week? Or did you say, yeah, we'll do RTT and da 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 da? Like, how
And I
did you
said,
describe it?
how did I describe it? I said, we will talk every week and then we'll deep dive on some of the patterns that we see emerging in those calls in the RTT sessions.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did say that she needs some identity level work because she was like, oh, she was basically a new mom trying to get back into work. And I was like, well, you've got all of these stories playing in
Yeah.
your mind. She would go deep into the session and then she wouldn't listen to the recording and then she would get absorbed in her family. And I'd say, do you see, why are you? And then she'd be like, yeah. Then she's like, oh, I love the sessions. And then suddenly she was like, oh, and it came time to pay
Right.
the second installment.
So I
She's like,
think there's a couple places that you're not letting her go deep enough. Yeah. There's a couple places where when you go into pain, you don't, how do I explain this? When you take somebody through pain, that's not the moment when you say, oh, do you see the pattern here?
mm,
And did you feel me go into my heart?
mm,
So when you go into your heart with them, there's like 30 minutes, 20 minutes where you're listening to the pain like that.
mm,
You're like, wait, what do you mean? You lose yourself in your family. Tell me more. Really? And what,
mm,
you feel like you're missing out with the kids, so you don't want to work because then you lose time with your kids.
mm,
Yeah, I know. And they're only little ones. There's a lot of softness and validating when you go
mm,
into pain with them. It's not a sales call. It's like, okay, wait, tell me more. What do you mean? How long have you been losing yourself with your family? Oh, your whole life. Yeah. Okay. So is it hard for you to know what you want to do? Like, is it confusing? There's a lot of empathy, Mahima. Like, it's so loving.
mm,
It's like she's never been heard like that in her life. No one's talked to her that way in her life, I guarantee you. Everyone's been like, "What? What? You haven't tried that yet? Come on, do this. What's wrong with you?" That's how people talk about each other. Like you go have coffee with your friend and she gives you 20 million advice on how she could fix her problem. She's not listening. So pain
mm,
is very active listening and it's like, "Really? Okay, wait, you've tried everything. That's so frustrating and you did it. What? You went on a retreat and you felt like you were done within the first day. So how did it feel to stay? Was it frustrating?"
mm,
And her heart's like cracking open at this point. She's like, oh my God, she sees me. And you
mm,
go, okay, wait, that's pain. Okay, so I get where you're at. What do you want? Like, if you could have anything, what do you want to be in 6 months or in a year? Who do you want to be and why? Oh, you want to be that for your kids? Oh my God, yeah, because you want to be proud. You want your kids to be proud of the mother you're becoming. No, you want your kids to be proud of the woman you are.
mm,
5 years from now, if you keep losing yourself with your family, what are you going to have looking back?
mm,
Do you see?
mm,
Like, okay, so, oh wow, okay, tell me more about the career you want to have. Like, tell me about your career. Why? You're
mm,
going to know more about her dreams and her fears and her husband and her mother in 1 hour.
mm,
And you take her so deep, she's crying, like she has tissues. And
mm,
then you go, okay, well, at the end, it's intervention. And then you go, okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm I'm not going to sugarcoat this, but there's some protective mechanism you have. Are you aware of them? Like, when you told me that you always hide behind your family, I think you have such a huge mission that you're afraid of it.
mm,
And there's a lot of pauses where you do not talk because she's got to feel things. Yeah. Yeah, I am afraid of my mission. It feels too big. I don't know. Can I really? I just want to stay small and be like, I just want to be a mom and I can hide. I'm like, yeah, you get to do that. You'll always be a mom. It will never disappear. You will be a mom.
mm,
But how does it feel to continue these patterns? I mean, so she told you everything in pain. She opened up. You went deep, 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 deep. Not like surface pain. I'm talking, you can't run after your kids at the park and they cross the street. And because you're out of shape and you haven't been working out and you haven't been going to the gym, that when he runs after the ball, he gets hit by a car.
mm,
That's intervention.
mm,
You're being real with her. What do you mean you can't stop eating sugar and your mother died a diabetic?
mm,
You're not, that's where you don't get to be nice. You get to be real. But because you've been nice for 45 minutes, you get to tell her the truth.
mm. No, that makes sense. That does make sense. It's been, yeah.
Yeah. And that's why it's called Sal's angel heart, not like, you know. So at the end, there's no mental noise. There's no, oh yeah, I tried that before. There, nah, that's not there anymore because you decided the frequency you're bringing to the call. You formatted the call's energy. You decided to get real. Like she's not on this call. Like to me, every Sal's call is like an intervention from God. It's like God put him in my life for a reason. I better show up the way I'm meant to. You know, it's like heaven cracked open some kind of darkness on the planet and I get to bring light into it. That's what I mean. People don't go, oh, I'm going to be done after 2 calls. Like so you got to take responsibility for how, like, where was I not in that embodied space of grace and like, this is what I want to do with this girl. And then I've, maybe she isn't the girl and it's fine, but at least she had us have this conversation. So that made a purpose,
I hear you.
Like, I mean, I've been on calls where I forget I'm even on a sales call and I can't, I'm like, oh yeah, wait, what are we doing here? Yeah. Oh, you want to work with me? Yeah. I mean, it's 3,000 for 3 months. But we don't ever detail. Like, I don't go, well, we're going to need RTT and we're going to need call. Like, nah, you don't get into that. Like, it doesn't, it's like as if you're on the most amazing date and he goes, so who's going to pay rent? And you're like, what? Why are you talking? What's going on? Like you're on the most amazing like moment with this human being and he brings you back to like, so you want to pay like what? No, it's more like, so we're gonna talk every week and then in between you can do WhatsApp. But we don't go into, well, you're gonna need RTT because of this. It's like it's too, she's in the clouds, keep her in the clouds, but you do take payment in full right there. You go, well, let me just set up the Stripe link right now. I can take your credit card over the phone. That way we're good, and then you don't have to think about it later. You're still like the easiest thing you're going to ask somebody to do is to pay you. If you think about the problem she's had for 15, 20, 10 years, giving you her credit card number is the easiest thing you're asking her to do out of the 3 months. That's the easy part. Paying you is the easy part. Staying in pain is hard, and then the work she's about to do with you is harder, but I mean, she's going to have to go into her pain and, feel it. So, yeah, do you see how the cell psychology has to be completely shifted? And that's why the cell in your power is my biggest program. It's like so dense. There's like 4 programs in one because you have to completely change your cell psychology. Do you know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. That does make sense. There's a lot.
And I laugh in the Maurice Sapir group when some random guy who's never sold a single therapy package tries to tell us how to sell packages. I'm like, this is hilarious. And they quit right away. None of them stay because they don't fucking know how to do it. I don't know anyone else who knows how to sell high-end packages with therapy because, coaching, like, yeah, you can sell, people know how to sell high-end coaching packages, but not healing work. I mean, I don't know anyone else who knows how to do it like I do. Because the thing is, people think they just need EMDR. No one knows what they need until they talk to you, and you know what they need because you're the expert. So yeah, and just going back to Eva, like Eva, don't let go of your RTT business to manifest the MLM business. I think you can always hold space for all of it, and I think they could merge. You could manifest and attract people who need business growth and confidence and who want to be business owners. And then you give them a master class, like a mastermind with RTT and confidence and ping ponging. And it means they can only access that when they sign up to be in your downline. So it's like this very unique thing you can do, Eva, like I could do that one day, right? With the only way people can work with me in this kind of proximity is if they are ambassadors for my courses and classes and sell it in their own country and in their own community. And then I get to be like, I get to coach them and help them sell their own stuff and then my stuff. Who knows, right? That could be a vision. Like that's what I'm saying. The business model, Eva, could be that maybe if it makes sense.
Oh yeah, yeah, that is definitely part of what I'm envisioning for it come together through that type of synergy. So yeah, love that. Thanks.
Yeah. But then you'd
Yeah.
have to position yourself as a business person because they're buying into the MLM business, trusting the MLM product and trusting the way you deliver it and the way you're present and the way you're with that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like how much have you spent time thinking of your avatar?
In the last weeks, quite a bit. I would say
So what's her profile? Like how confident does she feel about selling things? Not at all or on the way or
I feel that she's in that in between because she's more of that cycle breaker of her family. You know, she's trying to reprogram a whole new lineage for
but
her. And
has she had any success? Like she's had a 5K, a 5-figure month or not yet?
I would say that she probably has not have
Okay, that's
that.
fine. So
Mm-hmm.
okay, yeah. I would go out there and try to find a couple people who have been they're like thinking about MLM, they want to do it, but they
Yeah.
feel not they don't trust the upline enough and they don't feel like the upline is going to really help them. And
Mm-hmm.
so you're having to position yourself in her shoes and being like, I know how you feel. Like you got to start creating content and reels and even TikTok stuff like that's really sharp and on top of it and supportive and like channel that higher frequency of like I'm a business coach for MLM girls. I know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love that
But
angle. Yeah.
again, go back to this client, go back to this person who she doesn't want her own business. Like she doesn't want to do like what I'm doing, right? Whereas like I create my own stuff. She wants to take somebody else's thing and
Mm-hmm.
repurpose it and sell it and be part of a community. So you got to lean into that. Got to
Yeah.
lean into that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's quite a few people that I'm already in contact with that fit that avatar profile, and I have spoken to them and seen them up close, and I can already tell like yeah, they could be much further along if they could integrate the other part of the of the equation, which is through the RTT and the identity to calibrate to that more.
Yeah. But how
Mhm.
do you feel about telling people what to do? Like indirectly, you know. Is it kind of hard for you to do you remember that guy you had like that client that was kind of hard to deal with?
Yeah.
How easy or hard was it for you to go like format the calls and format what's going to happen and be like, here's what's going to happen. I know how to help you, but you got to follow. Like you got to follow me.
Mm-hmm. I think it's definitely much. I feel more solid in that,
Yeah.
and in my delivery,
Okay.
it wasn't like that at the beginning. That's for
Yeah.
sure. Like it took me quite a bit to get there, and I do feel in like yesterday I had a similar call with with a client that as well I gave her, as you say, I allowed her to say everything, to be in her pain. I went through it,
Yeah.
but then at the end I said, look, this is the bottom line, like this is what it is. And it was that shift that you mentioned, like I saw her saying like, yeah, like the coin has dropped, and she's like, yeah, it's absolutely, you're spot on, like
And
that's
what
what
did
it
did
is.
she buy? What did you sell?
No, she's with me. So she's already working with me, but it's more in the telling them what to do
Got it.
aspect that you were asking just now.
Yeah.
It's sort
Okay,
of
I
like
got it.
having the that power to say, look, but this is all happening because we're still not doing this. So this is what it is. And she was like, yeah, you're right. So it
But
was a bit.
because you already know, like if you were just a random girl who'd never been an RTT and never done anything, I wouldn't be saying what I'm about to say.
Mhm.
But because you know how to help people beyond most MLM coach, like MLM upline,
Mm-hmm.
I would only sign people up who are buying your services at the same time, which makes you very different from everyone else. Now, I don't know the regularity, like if you're allowed, but do you know what I'm saying?
Could you say that again, just so I
Like
can follow?
imagine some random person out there who's
Yeah.
signing up for this water business, right?
Yes.
But
Mm-hmm.
they've never done RTT and they don't know anything that you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're going to coach and they're going to get on the call and they're going to motivate and they're going to be the upline they're supposed to be, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But with their own limited tools and ideas and notions of life, right?
Yeah.
You're going to be like a coach on steroids with what you know. You'll be like, I'm going to make an audio for everybody. Like you're going to have like, you're going to give seminars to your downline
Yeah. Yeah.
on how to change their perspective and change their mind and ping pong. And
Yeah.
like, imagine someone lands in your world to do this. They're so lucky.
Mm-hmm.
But why your angle could be I'm manifesting women who want to make more money through an MLM type of business. I sell them a coaching package. And later on, halfway through, maybe I say, would you be open to come into this workshop and watch a presentation on this?
Mm-hmm.
Then you lean into selling them into the MLM.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's a good flow.
After you've
That's
built
a
them
good
up,
flow.
after you build them, after they know how to do, because maybe you'll help them be like, okay, I'm going to ping pong on more money. And then so the first month, they're like, oh, I don't want to make more money because my dad, da, 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 da. So the first month and a half, you're just working through all her shit about money and like receiving.
Right.
And then
Right.
halfway through, maybe 2 months in, she's like, okay, I have confidence. I got a raise at work. Oh, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think you let her. She'll be like, I want to start my own business and be like, well, don't I have an opportunity for you? And then they buy or they don't. But the next thing, but you could then suggest that once they're feeling more confident
Mm-hmm.
about their,
Mm-hmm.
because if you think about like she's gonna have to believe in her voice, she's gonna have to
Yes.
believe in herself, she's gonna have to be a magnet for money with ease and be like, yeah, of course people are gonna buy this with ease. Like you can't, if you get her at the beginning, like usually people who buy MLM, they're kind of like low frequency at the beginning, you know? They're not like
Mm-hmm.
feeling all that confident. They're kind of like all over the
Yes.
place.
Yes. Yes. Agree 100%. Yeah. Yeah. Love that flow.
So you call in and maybe it is a group thing. Maybe like, you know, you put 10 women in a mastermind for 8 weeks and you get them flowing and loving the weekly calls, loving the one-on-ones with you. And after that, or in the middle of that, you go, I love selling these water filters, blah, blah, blah. But they'll see your posts anyway. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no one sees
Mm-hmm.
my posts more than my clients because they're already connected to me. So they'll see your
Yeah.
face. They'll know you do Enagic. They'll know you do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's true.
you'll talk about it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I would position myself as a healer RTT therapist who also does Enagic. Because if I wanted to sign up for an MLM, I would rather sign up with somebody like you who can hypnotize me than some
Yes.
random person. Okay?
Yes. Agree. Agree. Wonderful. Thank you,
And just the
Elise.
last
Yeah.
thing I would say, like, I know you do this with your husband and he's a projector, but you got to own it as if you're doing it by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. We've also spoken about that.
Because the man is not the plan and your energy is the one who's going to attract people because you're the generator.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay? And
Yeah.
you're aligned four. What's his
Yes.
profile? Do you know his profile?
Yeah. He's a 3-5.
Yeah, so he's not even a four. So he's not going to network. And he's a three. So he's trial and error all the time. And five, people will feel like, "Oh, he's a guide. He has the solution, but you got to bring them in. You're the networker."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's even if he's in the picture or not in the picture, you got to be in 100%. You're not a follower. You got to be you're still the
Yeah.
leader energetically. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. He does a great job though of
Yeah.
tapping into his network and
Okay.
brings me in. So
Okay.
it is my network because it comes through him and his close contacts, and he's always putting me in front of his audience. He's always like, oh, you have to talk to my wife about that. Oh, you definitely need to talk to my wife about that.
So what's the numbers on that? How many people have signed up through your thing, through your link?
Well, he's been to this day, what he has been pushing more is the RTT therapist part.
Yeah, okay. No, I mean like I was talking about your MLM business. Yeah.
Yeah, no, through that's still very, very green.
Okay, so
So
no one so far. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, you got to switch your strategy and then so do the Gene Keys in human design, and then you'll be able to have, I think, bigger, higher up, broader stroke ideas. It's like, well, how do I want it to feel, and what kind of people do I want to work with, and what kind of results do they get, and just how does it feel, like broader stroke, bigger vision. And then you back out, and then you can get more granular.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you're too hesitant right now. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's fine. Either this is for you or this isn't for you. You guys can just decide this isn't for us. But yeah. MLM works when you are pretty relentless about it, You got to knock on a bunch of doors and call people in and kind of be repetitive about it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to see your Instagram and Reels and TikTok be all about for that one woman who's like, I want to make more money in a business, but I feel I have limiting beliefs. And then she's coming in to clear that limiting beliefs about herself and her worth. And then halfway through or 3/4 of the way, and then you propose the MLM stuff.
Love that flow. Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Alix. Thanks so
girl.
much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
See you later. Bye, honey.